think after when our Alan Douglas tell you, you can ask a question. So I will tell you all the questions of the answer. So, and most welcome in our course. It is almost a different course in our college and also in whole of Canada.
Excellent. Thank you. Now, is there anyone else from this list here that I missed? I'm scrolling through the list here trying to find people. Is there anyone else on here, current students, that hasn't spoken yet? Anyone else? Chirag, I saw you put up your hand. Do you have a question? Chirag Patel, do you have a question? Okay, we're going to carry on here then. Okay, if everybody wants to put their cameras and mics off, that'd be great. And I'm going to burn through as much content as I can here, and then we'll just get into a bunch of questions at the end. Okay. Also, please do not shut off the recording. I saw that was shut off a minute ago. Please do not shut that off. Okay, so what is this program? You are in Electromechanical Engineering Technician - Robotics. That is the official name of this program. The program code is T974. You'll see that on some forms sometimes. We also call it ERT or robotics. So we teach you how to work with robots and automation systems. So these are videos from our labs. So you will learn how to do things like this. You'll be programming automation systems and industrial robots. These are the things that we are teaching you how to do. Mohammed Ifirfan, I see you have a hand up. You put it down. Okay. So these are all labs from a couple of years ago. Using machine vision to guide robots as well. You'll learn how to do that. So these are all skills that you're going to learn over the next 2 years. And of course, the greatest thing about our program is all of the on-campus labs, which unfortunately are very difficult right now. And you will not be doing any of this, unfortunately, until the fall next year. And we'll get into a little bit of how that will flow later on. So we are not teaching you to make drones, droids, or Terminators. None of this stuff, okay? We are talking about industrial robots and industrial automation systems. So that is what our focus is. That is what people in our local economy want to hire. They want to hire people that know how to program industrial robots. That is what our job market is, and that is what we are training people to do. That is what our graduates are being hired to do once they leave here. Okay, so 82. We have a question? I see 2 hands up. How about Savan? Do you have a question? Okay, how about Mohammed or Furfan? Do you have a question? I see your mic is on, but I can barely hear you. If you want to try typing your question in the chat, that might be better.
Which major language we will use in robotics?
So robots are typically, we're doing ABB robots. So you'll be learning how to program in Rapid, which is the native language to ABB robots.
And which tool we will use?
You'll be programming through the pendant for ABB robots. You'll also be learning Robot Studio. Okay.
Is it paid or subscription?
Is it what?
Is it paid or subscription?
There is some software you'll be expected to buy, but the majority of things that you will be doing will all be on campus and will be provided by the college itself. How about Kuldeep? You have a question?
If I want to download from which week I have downloaded, I will download it.
Okay. We will let you know software you need to download and things like that.
Thank you, sir.
Is there a problem with my audio right now?
Yes. No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. I'm going to keep going. So right now, 82% of manufacturers predicting a skilled worker crisis in the near future in North America. So what that means for you, there is a big difference between graduates that have skills like robotics and the number of good jobs that are out there that need these skills. So this is very good for people that are graduating from our programs because there are more jobs than there are people that have the skills to fill those jobs. So this is very good for you. This is a little bit about me. So this is what I look like. This is me. This is what I used to do. I am a professor and the program coordinator right now. I am an electrical engineer from the University of Windsor. Before this, I worked in the automation and robotics industry. So I used to be what is called a system integrator. So I basically installed, programmed, and designed automation systems for the manufacturing industry. And I really like doing this type of thing too, which I think is very important. If you like this sort of thing, you're going to be good at it. Okay, so I spent an awful lot of time traveling around North America, going to all different types of manufacturing facilities, doing this kind of work that I'm now teaching.
What are the major requirements by the company? Like the one you are working, right? What are the major sources? Like what kind of tools they are looking for the current market, and what are the languages they are looking for?
They're looking for what we're teaching in our program.
Yes, that's and the tools that we are gonna use in this one, are these free or the paid ones?
The majority of stuff is, we'll get into that a bit later, okay?
Okay.
The rest of the people in our program, you'll meet these guys later on as you go. Andrew Bucky, Peter Tenzer, you'll have this semester. Sean Davidson, Thomas Forget, Simon Hafter, you'll have this semester. And Jordan McGrail is our technician, and she will be helping with most of your robot courses. You will also have many other sessional instructors as you go as well. Sessional instructors mean part-time instructors that help out with our program when needed. So we love inventing, solving problems, being creative, and figuring things out. So if you like things like this, then you are going to be in the right program. So where do you go for information? I've been told that this is one of the things that international students struggle with, is being able to approach people. It is fairly informal here at our college. If you have an issue with something that goes on in your class, you need to go speak to your professor about it. And you should always feel free to be able to speak to your professor about anything that goes on in your class. Okay? If you have a problem with your professor or instructor, or about the program in general, you're going to go speak to your coordinator. That person is me. I am the coordinator of our program. Okay? You can speak to me about any of these things. If you have a problem with me, the next person to go to up the chain is the chair of engineering. So if you don't like the way I'm handling something, you would go speak to the chair of engineering about it. And if you're ever not sure who you should speak to and you just need advice, you have a couple options for that. You can ask me about it, even if I cannot solve your problem. And a lot of your problems I can't solve, but I can tell you who to go talk to. Okay, so I can always be your first question of where you should go to next. You also have what is called the SRC, which is the Student Representative Council. That is your student government. They can also point you in the right direction. They work for you. They are elected by you as well. And they will help you out with any kind of issues you have. And we also have very good on-campus counseling services for any type of issues that you might be having, dealing with mental health or anything like that, just any kind of general problems that you might be having on a personal level. Okay, there is good services available for that. And this is running even when the campus is in a semi-closed state like it is right now.
Does it deal with the stuff like jobs also? Like if we are facing problem with our jobs, like we don't find it anything?
That is a whole separate thing. Once again, I would always say, come back to, I am probably always going to be your first line of where do I go with this? Okay.
Okay.
And the students that are in the program now can tell you I am pretty responsive to emails and questions and things like that. Even though we have I have 270 students now that I'm responsible for, but that's a lot. But it is, I spend an awful lot of time trying to help people. Okay, so it is, I'm pretty responsive with that stuff. Okay, so how is college different from high school? I'm guessing a lot of you have probably already been through college or university already, and then a lot of you are probably also directly out of high school. So the big difference in high school, we have a teacher who is an adult. We have students who are not adults. So the teacher is responsible for basically taking care of the students, making sure they are where they need to be, they are doing what they're supposed to be doing, and they are basically considered the only adult in the room. In college, the professor is the adult. The students are all also adults. Okay? What this means, when you are in college, you are responsible for going to class. You are responsible for knowing your schedule, where you're supposed to be and when you're supposed to be there. And you are responsible for submitting things on time. That is not the teacher's responsibility for any of these things. That is all your responsibility. How is college different from university? So in Canada, we have a university system and we have a college system. The number one purpose of universities is to do research and advance knowledge. Number one purpose of college is to teach skills that will lead to a job. Okay, so big difference here. The example with robots, in college, we teach you how to program robots so you can get a job programming robots. In university, you can go learn the theory about how a robot moves. Okay, so you might be able to get a job designing robots for future robot companies that build robots. But what our local industry wants is people that are capable of programming robots. Okay, so that is the big difference.
But the major problem is like we will not be doing any practical. So how is we cover up everything like the laboratory work?
We'll get to that in a little bit. Okay. You will be doing practical. Okay. We have a plan for that.
Okay.
Okay. So university professors hired mainly because of their education. Their number one purpose is to do research. Okay. They are not hired because they're good teachers. They're hired because they're good researchers. And I will tell you, I actually go to the University of Windsor right now. I am a student right now. I am doing my master's in industrial engineering right now. Okay. So I am working with with this group right now. And I am currently a student. So I go through a lot of the same things you guys do, being a student, going to online classes. And I see both worlds of this right now. College professors and instructors, they are hired mainly because they have strong industry experience. And their number one purpose is to basically teach skills to students to help them get jobs. Okay? University professors are there to further knowledge and to find more researchers. We are here to basically teach what we know to you so you can get a job in this industry. Okay, so that is the big difference between college and university. So what you are going to be learning in this program. You have 4 semesters, and now your program is going to be slightly different because you're basically going to be doing about 4.5 semesters. So this is where we're at right now. You are going to be going in winter, summer, fall, and winter. That's 16 months in a row. And then you are actually going to take an additional 6 weeks to finish your program. So you will be done after spring 2022. And I'll show you why that is in a second. You will graduate spring of 2022. That is the path that you are on. Your program looks like this. So this has been modified from what we normally do because of COVID. So all of the courses are the same, but we've shuffled around the order a bit to make things better for you. So this is our semester right now. This is the summer semester. Everything in here is online. There are no practical on-campus labs in any of these courses. So what we've been able to do is take anything that requires an on-campus lab, and we've pushed it this way into the fall and winter of next year. So we're able to rearrange the order that some of the courses go in order to make this happen. So we've basically set this up so that you can do term 1 and term 2 completely online and completely remotely as well. We are assuming that a lot of people are still overseas right now and are not in Windsor. So we are setting this up so you could do this term completely online and remotely. So here are the courses you're going to do. So this term you will have technical math, DC fundamentals, digital fundamentals. This course here is actually taught by me. You'll have me as a professor for this course. Technical writing, computer applications, and normally you would have this course here. This has been moved. Now you'll be doing quality instead. That was normally done in 3rd semester. Now it's being done this semester. See another hand up here. Who's got their hand up? Jobinpreet, go ahead.
Hello, Professor. Hello, Professor.
Hi.
Sir, lab work of the first two term will be done online or not?
Correct. Completely online.
Okay.
There is no need for anyone to go to the campus in the first 2 semesters. We do not expect to
Okay.
see any of this group on campus until September.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So we have set this
Okay.
up assuming that if you are in India right now, you do not need to come to Canada until September. We were anticipating that people would have issues with visas, so we set up the program to allow people to stay at home until the end of the summer and then come to Canada for September.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So
Okay,
you can
thank you, sir.
Yep. You can lower your hand, please. And
Okay.
Karen Beer.
Hello, sir. Hello,
Hi.
Professor. At the first, I was wrong. I did not hear your voice at the start of the orientation, but I am also an international student.
Okay, this session is being recorded and will be posted online, so you will be able to watch it from the beginning later on as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. All right, I'm going to continue on here. Second semester, so this will be your summer. You're now doing 2 general education electives instead of just 1. You're not doing fluid power or robots 1. Those both involve on-campus labs. We're going to push those into the fall instead. You're going to do AC fundamentals and statics. You're going to do intro to computer programming, and you're going to do project management. In the fall, this has been completely shuffled around, so these are all out. And now we're going to start into the courses. You're going to have 1 general education elective, and then all of these courses are all involve on-campus labs. Okay, so very heavy practical on-campus labs starting in September. Your 4th term, again, all of these courses involve an on-campus lab. So everything you have in that semester will have an on-campus lab component to it. And then unfortunately, you would be finishing Robots 3 as well in your final 4th semester. But because of the way we've arranged things now, you won't be doing Robots 3 until the spring semester. So we're going to condense that into a 6-week course instead of a full semester course. We can get it done in 6 weeks, but this will be beyond when you would normally graduate. Now you'll have to do an extra 6 weeks to basically finish off this 1 course. That is your Robots Part 3, and then you will be complete. Go ahead, Mandeep.
Sir, I want to know about the second semester because due to bad connection, I don't know what you tell about the second semester. Could you please tell me again?
So second semester here, you're doing 2 general education electives. Normally we'd only do 1. We're going to have you do 2 instead. You won't do fluid power because it has an on-campus lab. You won't do robots because it has an on-campus lab. We push those courses into the fall instead. And we substitute in project management and an extra general education elective to fill in the time. So in the end, instead of this would be what we normally run. That's what the normal program looks like. You run something that looks like this. It's all the same courses. They're just rearranged so that you can do this stuff completely online. This stuff here is almost all completely on campus in a lab with practical components to it. Okay, so our plan is, this is COVID. Hopefully, this is no COVID and everything works. Okay?
Yes, sure. Yes, sure, sir.
So we can accomplish everything, assuming that we're back to normal in the fall. Okay? So that is the program that you're going to be running. Jayton, go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
So, what I want to ask is, can you please send this presentation to us by email, please?
Could you repeat that question, please?
Sir, I want to ask you to send this PowerPoint presentation to us via an email.
Yes, this presentation will be posted, and the video that we're recording right now will be posted as well.
So it would be better if you send us an email by making us in a group in CC and BCC, so that all of us can get this right after the completion of this session.
Yep, I will do that.
Okay.
Okay.
So thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. So let's go through. I used to talk about how you're going to be successful at college, and what I figured out was that there's no one way that lets you be successful in college. What I do know is that there's lots of ways that you can have failure at college. There's lots of easy ways to guarantee you're going to have problems. Okay? And I can identify what those are. So we're going to go through, how do you guarantee failure at college? So these are the keys to failure. Number one, don't go to class. If you don't go to class, you're going to have problems. If you do go to class, make sure you're on your phone a lot. Okay? This is a big problem for people. If you are in class and you are just sitting there and you're on your phone, or you're on a laptop and you're on the internet during class, you might as well not be there. Okay? You need to be there and focused and concentrating on what's going on. So you need to attend, and you need to be focused on what you're doing when you're there. Okay? Be a lone wolf. What I mean by that, don't talk to other people. Just hang out by yourself. Don't communicate with others. Never ask for help. All of these things are going to lead to problems. If you're just on your own all the time, you're going to find that you're going to end up missing a test sometime because you didn't get the time of the test right, or you didn't know there was an assignment due, but everyone else in your class did because they all talk amongst themselves and they know what's going on. Okay? You need to make friends. You need to communicate with other people. Stay in contact with other people. Know what's going on. You need to ask for help. Your professors are here to help you. Okay? Here's a graph of time versus help. This is how the semester goes for me. I get no one asking me at all for help, and then all of a sudden, boom, it goes up like this. Okay? Where do you think the exam is along here? You think this is exam time right here? Guess what? It isn't. Exams are right here. This is when the exam happens. I get no people asking me for help until after the exam happens and all the marks come in and people fail. And then I get a flood of people asking me to help them with their mark after the exam has already happened. Okay? There is plenty of opportunity to ask for help before you're evaluated on things. Okay? People will help you. People will not help you change your mark after the test already happened. Okay? But there are so many people, the only time I ever hear from them is after the marks are already done. After the exam has already happened. They'll come to me and ask me to change their mark. Okay? I can't do anything at that point. I can do a lot to help you before you write the test. I can't do anything after you write the test. Okay? And you need to do your own work. You are here to learn. Okay? You're not here to copy other people's work and try to get good grades. Okay? This is a really big thing, and we'll talk about this a lot in my class. Okay? The importance of doing your own work and trying to learn as much as possible. This is what's going to make you valuable to employers. This is what they want to know. Are you capable of doing this? They don't really care about what grades you had. They want to know, are you capable or not? Gurmukh, you got a question? Gurmukh Singh. Gurmukh Singh. You have a question? No? Okay. Another one. Don't make friends or form a support group. Just be by yourself. That's going to lead you to problems as well. You need to have friends. Okay? This is difficult when it's online. Okay? But you're going to have to figure out a way around it. You want to test the limits of cheating as much as you can. Okay? Things are different the way that we operate in Canada. We will talk a lot about academic integrity in my class. Let's keep our mics off, please, unless you're asking a question. Okay, and the students that are here right now that are in the program can probably tell you stories about what happens if you cheat as well. You will get caught, and there is big consequences of that. Okay, so do not experiment with what you can get away with cheating, or as we call it, academic honesty now. Okay, we'll talk about that a lot. Prioritizing work over school. You are a full-time student when you're in this program. I understand that a lot of people are going to try to work as much as they can as well, but you need to prioritize school. Okay? If you prioritize work, that is going to cause you problems. And don't believe you can just show up late and your professor is just going to start the class over again. Okay? You need to be on time. Here are 9 things you should know. Where can you get information? The St. Clair website is probably the best place to go for general information. Lots of good stuff on there. How do you read your schedule? You will get a schedule that looks kind of like this. This is what these things mean. That is the course that you are in. Okay, so that is the course number and the section number. That tells you whether it's a lecture or a lab. Tells you the start and end dates. That's probably always the same right now. That should, on your schedule, show everything starting on the 18th of January, ending on like the 25th of April or something like that. Under normal circumstances, this would be the room number where it's held. So that is room number 263 on campus. Right now, probably everything says online. For those people in second year, you might actually have room numbers on yours if it actually is an online lab, or sorry, if it's an on-campus lab. But for the new students now, everything is online. And this last thing here, that's the name of the professor that you have for that course. This is what your schedule might look like in a normal term, kind of like this. So your courses are kind of scattered out through the week. You probably have about 20 hours of class during the week. If you want to add or drop a course, you have to go see your program coordinator to add or drop courses. That is me. Okay, so the way this works now is you just send me an email. By the second week of classes, that is the deadline to add or drop courses and still be able to get a refund. Now, as international students, you must maintain your full-time student status. So there are rules that you must follow for full-time student status. So you really can't drop more than one course in a semester anyway. And then typically 2/3 of the way through a course, you're allowed to drop a course and not take a mark. So if you're on the path to failing a course, you can drop it up to 2/3 of the way through. That's typically around week 9. You can decide to drop a course and not take a mark in it. So that mark does not go in your transcript. Halfway through the semester, you're going to get a midterm progress report. So you'll get a color for every course that you're in. So you'll get a red, yellow, or green. Green means you're good. Red means you're on the path to failing. Yellow means you are somewhere in this 50 to 63% range and means you could kind of go either way. You need to step it up and figure out a plan of how you're going to pass instead of fail. That just kind of gives you a checkup of halfway through the course where you're at. At the end of the semester, you're going to get a standing overall. You are in good standing if you pass all your courses and you have a GPA over 2. You'll go on probation. If you fail up to 1/3 of your courses, or if your GPA is under 2, you will go on dismissal for several different reasons. It could be if you fail more than 1/3 of your courses, if you have 2 semesters in a row below 2.0, or there's a couple other reasons as well. If you do go on dismissal, you'll get a letter from the college, and then you need to go through the process of coming back from dismissal. So that usually means on the first time you need to meet with me. I sign you back in. The second time you need to write a letter and you need to meet with the chair of engineering. Chair of engineering will decide if you come back in. If you end up on 3rd dismissal, that basically means you're probably not coming back in. You were removed from the program permanently. Other important pieces of advice. Some courses are prerequisites for other courses, so you need to pass one course before you can take another one. Important ones for this. Math 128, you'll take that in the first semester. This is the one that kills people, okay? In this class that we just had, so those students that started in the fall, more than half of the class either failed or dropped this course. Okay, it's usually bad. It's never been this bad. So this course is no joke. That really hurt a lot of people, and they need to retake it again this semester. Okay. So that caused a problem because now there's a course in second semester, their statics course in second semester. They are unable to take that now, and they need to be on a path to be able to recover from that. There's other ones as well. For example, ERT 201 is part of a 4-course chain of prerequisites. So failing either of these makes it difficult for you taking the rest of your courses. So for example, if you fail this, that means you can't take this in term 2. This course is not offered again until winter next year. So if you fail this in winter, it means you can't take this in summer, which means you can't take this in fall. It's basically puts you back almost a year. Okay? So if you fail one of these courses as part of a chain like this, that causes you a big problem. Same thing with Math 128. If you fail that, that means you can't take statics. That's not as bad, but it still causes you problems. Same things with any of the robot courses. If you fail Robots 2, which is another one that people fail on a regular basis, that means you can't take Robots 3, and that puts you in a situation where you can't graduate on time. Okay? So all of any failures you have consequences to them. Some you can recover from, some you can't. If there are prerequisites for other courses, it causes you a problem. Okay? So the best thing to do is to just pass all of your courses. We have free college tutoring on campus. This is a really good program. Basically, the deal between the college and students, you give the college money, they give you knowledge, right? That's the exchange that goes on here. Tutors are here. The college actually pays tutors money. They share their knowledge with other students. Creates this whole circle of money and knowledge going around. The more students ask for tutors, the more tutors will get hired by the college, and this creates jobs for students, okay? You can work as a tutor on campus. This is all dependent on the demand of how many students are asking for tutors. And the more students that volunteer to be tutors, the more tutors are available. That means that students are able to get tutors, and students are able to get better grades because they get tutoring. Okay? So the more students that get involved with tutoring services, either by asking for tutors or asking to become tutors, the better this program is, and the better it is for everyone. Students are able to get jobs, paid on-campus jobs, working as a tutor, and students are able to get tutors to help them with their courses. Okay, so please investigate tutoring. I'm going to ask, is there any students here today that are involved with tutoring right now? Anyone? Kushbu, did you get involved with tutoring?
Can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Yeah, so I just started working as a trainee in a tutoring.
Okay.
So I'm not just familiar with the whole process, but I just started training.
Okay. So you'll be working as a tutor this semester, correct?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So that's basically an on-campus paid job for you?
Yeah, and it's a good opportunity. After completing the first semester, you are able to take the tutoring as you can work as a tutor. So that might be an opportunity for every student.
That's good. And basically, so the way it's going to work for you, you basically set up online meetings with students, and you just work with them and log your time and get paid for it. Is that correct?
What I learned is student come with a question and they will ask our manager that we want some guidance. So our manager contact us and they will guide us that you have to take this student and you have to taught them. So we work with the timing and all, and we arrange a meeting, and over there by like it's online right now.
Yeah.
So we are going to give him a time slot where we are meeting on a team viewer or any other sources which with what they are comfortable. So it's work like that.
Excellent. Yeah, this is a service that most students do not take advantage of, and they really should. Either
Yeah, to
from
be
using
honest, when I was in the first semester, I'm not familiar with the tutoring. So I was facing some troubles because at the first we don't have any clue from where to start, with whom we have to talk. So rather than mailing our professor, what I recommend to everyone is you have to go to tutoring. There's a portal in the SIS where you can find the tutoring appointment where you have to just mention everything that I have a problem in this course and I need some guidance in this particular topic. So they will email you with proper information that this tutor will going to help you in this, and you will contact them by email, and you can arrange a meeting with that tutor. So that's a really easy process. There's nothing which you have to worry about. You can surf through the SIS portal and you can check everything. There's no penalty if you are doing something wrong, right? So I think you have to just go through the SIS portal in really detail.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so check out tutoring and do it before it's too late too. If you're having difficulty with the course, don't wait until the end of the term to try to get help. Get help right away. Safety equipment you will need. This is a little bit different because you are not doing any on-campus courses. You will need safety shoes and safety glasses and a safety lock, but this is all you'll need these all for the fall. You don't need them right now. Transfer credits. This is probably applicable to many students here. You can get credit for a college course if you have taken a college or university courses that are similar. So in order to get credit for a course, the course must be of equal credit weight than our course. The course must cover 75% of the same material. You must have received a good mark in it, and you must be able to provide official proof of all these things. So typically, our math, 128. If you went to college or university in India, you probably have a math that is equal or superior to our math 128. So a lot of international students get that transfer. Our digital fundamentals. DC fundamentals. The DC and AC fundamentals. And our statics, or you might call it applied mechanics or solid mechanics. If you did a mechanical program, you might have this. If you did an electrical program, you might have all three of these that you would be able to get credit for. So you can apply to get a transfer credit for these, which means you don't need to take those courses again if you choose. Okay, if you are interested in pursuing this option, you can email me and I will give you directions of how to do it. Important things, truth and lies about our program. Marks are not the most important thing. Gaining knowledge and skills is the most important thing you will get from this program. You will be hired for your skills and your character, not for your marks. I never get employers that ask me who has the highest GPA in your program. They always ask who is good. That is what they want to know. Who are the good students in your program? Those are the people we want to hire. And when I think of good students, I think of when we have a lab, who is it that people always ask for help? And it might not be the people that have the highest marks, but people know who are the ones that know what they're doing and the ones that can help them. Okay? Those are the people that are doing well. Those are the people that people want to hire. Okay? So you want to be that person, not necessarily the person that has the highest GPA. You can get good marks without really knowing what you're doing. Okay? I got Job and Preet. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, can you tell me again about the transfer credit, because I have skipped due to the bad network.
If you are interested in transfer credits, you can ask me about it. What about it?
Sir, I have skipped due to the bad network. So you can tell me again. Yes, I can get information about transfer credit. I do not want to take the transfer. I do not take transfer credit. Just I get just I can get information about the transfer credit.
Yeah, I will send out the information for transfer credits to everybody. How about that? There's a procedure you need to go through to apply for them, but I can give you direction. I am extremely familiar with transcripts from GTU, especially. So if you have a transcript from GTU already, but I know if you did mechanical at GTU, you probably qualify for our math and our statics. If you did electrical at GTU, I could even tell you what the course codes are, but our math and all three of these courses you would qualify for. And we've done them for many other institutions in India as well.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
And there's advantages and disadvantages to taking transfer credits as well, and we can discuss all that.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
I've got.
Sir, I can help you in this credit transfer.
Okay. Go ahead, Dhruv Kumar.
Yeah. So, guys, we are already completed our bachelor studies in any field, like in the GTU or any university from the India. So we almost done, because in the maths 28 there will be a very low level compared to our degree level. So you can just email to the Alan Douglas. So he will guide you how to do the transfer and all the things. So you will get the credit transfers. So you will not to learn this particular subject in that semester. So almost that subject will be less. So you will focus on your other subject. Okay.
All right. Thank you. I got. How about Aksat?
Sir.
Kumar.
Can you listen to me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So my question was, so like if I want to transfer my credits, so does it depends upon my marks, and would that be affecting my credit scores in final transcript?
What happens is basically it's the course that you transfer for. That course no longer affects your GPA. So it's like that course is not part of the program that you took.
Okay.
So you don't get a mark for it. So there's advantages for, like, if you were going to take math and you were going to get an A in math, you don't get the benefit of that A. If you were going to take math and you're going to get a D, then it doesn't hurt your GPA either. So you got to kind of evaluate a couple factors there of whether it's beneficial to you or not to take a transfer.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
The main thing is it's a course you don't have to take. It frees up some time and effort for you. There's really no financial advantage to it because you don't get any money back. because you still need to be full-time students anyway. So you don't get your money back for the course or anything like that.
Okay. Thank you,
I've
sir.
got I've got Kaushik. Go ahead.
I have just completed my mechanical engineering from the Gujarat Technical University, India.
Okay. Yeah.
If I go with a credit transfer, it's mean I don't need to learn that particular subject like maths and.
Yeah, probably if you did mechanical, probably math and probably our applied mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
You would get credit for, as long as you have a CC. If it's from GTU, I think CC is the minimum grade you need in both those courses.
Yes, I have a good mark in applied mechanics as well as in maths. So.
Yeah, so yes, you could apply for those and get them.
It will hurt my result or GPA in the final semester.
No, it would just not affect it.
Okay.
And I'll go through. Yeah, I'll go through a lot of this stuff in our digital fundamentals class of how your GPA is calculated and things like that. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Go ahead, Palumi, go ahead. Palumi, do you have a question? Or want to say something?
Hello, hello, Professor.
Hi.
I think you need to let the student know that it's better for them to listen now. When it's time for questions, they're able to ask questions because you have a lot of information to give to the student. And if they do not get this information rightly, it's going to affect them. So they need to cool down, listening to you effectively, and ask their question when it is right time for them to ask that question. It will make it more effective, Professor.
Okay. All right, so let's try to get through the material, and then we'll ask questions at the end. Good. All right, so let me get through a little bit more here, and then we'll get to some questions just at the end of this section. Okay. Here's another big thing. I get a lot of questions about fees and visas. I don't know anything about this. Okay, and I'm really scared to give answers, because I don't know and I don't want to give you wrong information. Okay? So if you ask me a question about how much does this cost or how does this affect my visa, I'm probably just going to forward you on to the international office or the registrar's office. Okay? So I don't know how this stuff works and I don't want to give you a wrong answer. I cannot change marks in someone else's course. I always get This is a very common conversation I have with people. At the end of the term, I get people come to my office and say, "Can you pass me in math?" And I just say, "No, get out of my office." Okay? I can't change marks in someone else's course. I can do anything I want in my own course. I can't do anything about anybody else's course. So I'm the coordinator of the program, but I don't control other professors or other people's courses. Okay? So if you have an issue with someone else's course, you need to deal with them. I can help you and direct you where you might want to go, but I can't control anyone else's course. You don't need a strong background in programming to be successful in robotics. We assume that people know nothing when they come in. Okay, so you don't need a background in this. We assume that you know nothing. You're going to start slow. You're going to get to a base level, and then you're going to leave here with some really good job-ready skills. Skills that will help you get a job in this industry by the time you leave. All right, so in summary, this is a really good career path. We expect you to transition into a responsible professional over the next 2 years. We do not expect that you are a responsible professional now. We expect stupid things are going to happen, okay? But we expect you to get there over the next 2 years. And we really want you to enjoy your college experience, okay? It is difficult right now being online, but we want to make this as good of an experience as possible, okay? This should be a really fun time of your life right now. When you're coming here, you're together with a bunch of people that are similar to you in your same age group, and it should be a fun time. Okay, we really want you to enjoy this experience. Okay, any questions right now about what we've covered so far? And then we're going to get into kind of the online side of things. So, Dhruv Kumar, do you have anything else to say right now?
બેલેન્સ રાખવાના પછી તમે જવાન થાય એટલે ઉપર યાદ નાખતા રહેવાનું કે ભાઈ જઈને આવવાના 500 રૂપિયા નાખ્યા.
Who's speaking here?
My name is Sir Patel Nilai and I have one question. I have completed my Bachelor of Engineering in Electronics and Communication field, and I have one question in transfer credit. I have very good mark in mathematics, but I am completed Electronics and Communication field, so I have transfer in the transfer credit of mathematics subject or not. I am able to.
You need to have a mark of at least 60% or higher.
AB grade means AB grade.
Yeah, that should be fine. So you will email me, and I'm going to send out everybody the information of the procedure you need to go through, and you'll have to follow that procedure to apply for it.
Okay. Sure.
The process actually doesn't go through me anymore. It goes through the registrar's office. Okay. How about Dhruv Kumar? Do you have anything else to comment on? Your hand is still up right now. And Palumi, your hand is still up as well. Okay, how about Parth Patel?
I have same question about transferring credit. So can you just mail us out?
Yes. Okay, how about Yash?
Morning, sir. Hello.
Hi.
Sir, I have completed my Bachelor's of Engineering in Automobile Engineering from GTU. So I would like to know that can I skip my math because I have a backlog in math and
you're going to follow the I'm going to send you the instructions for transfer credits. You're going to follow those instructions.
No, sir. I want to know that I have a backlog and I later clear it.
Yes, if you want to apply for a transfer in math, you'll have to follow the instructions that I send out.
Okay, and if I skip it, then I should have to select other course, or I have to not to select other course.
You probably won't select another course this term. You'll probably just.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. What else we got here? How about Mohammed Rifan?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, sir. I have studied 3 type of maths, maths 1, maths 2, and maths 3. So which one considering during a transfer credit?
I think it's a combination of Math 1 and Math 2.
Okay.
Is it GTU?
Oh, yes, GTU.
I think Math 1 and Math 2 covers it.
Okay.
Okay. I think it's because of the hours. You have to get 5 hours.
Okay.
Okay. How about Kaushik?
Sir, I am a day-to-day student. I have completed my diploma and then I choose a degree. So the first year of the degree will be cut out, and my admission will be directly into 3rd semester. So my maths 1 and maths 2 are cut down like a transfer credit, and I'm directly enrolled in the 2nd year, means 3rd semester. So am I eligible for the transfer credit?
You're telling me you're going right into 3rd semester?
Yes, I am directly enrolled in the 3rd semester because I am a day-to-day student, diploma to degree.
I don't think so. Yeah, email me directly about that and ask that question, okay?
Okay. Your email address is mentioned down here.
It's on the bottom of all the slides.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. I got Sorab. Please put your hands down after you ask your question too. Take your hand back down again.
Hello.
Hi.
I am texting.
Can barely hear you.
I had texted you my question.
Okay. Hi, Sorab, go ahead.
Hello, sir. I have query about transfer credit. Like I got 65 marks in mathematics out of 100. Can I go to credit transfer?
Yes, that should be good. It's 60 or higher.
Okay, sir. Like I have studied math 1 and math 2 like in 2 semesters.
Okay.
So which marks do you consider for the credit transfer?
They have to be higher. They have to be above 60 in both.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Krutarth, you have a comment?
Hello.
Yep, go ahead, Krutarth.
Sir, I can help with this credit transfer issue because since we are getting lots of this one,
Okay.
so I can help with this one. So, students, first of all, you have to fill a form that which shows which uh, course you want to switch from. It's like from math 1 to math 128, and then along with you have to submit a transcript which indicates your um, units and your grades. Okay, and then you will get response from the college. So after you get the transfer credit, I'm gonna share my screen right now, just a sec.
I will say as well, this is a slow process too.
Yes, I'm just
like
I don't know how to turn my flip my back camera, but it's I can flip my camera so I can share my screen.
What are you trying to share?
Just my result, which I already took the transfer credit of the second semester, so I can show the student that with the process, but I can't flip my camera.
I think it's okay. I'll send out everybody the forms.
Mm-hmm.
And then if anybody has questions, they can just email me directly.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Sir. No
okay. So if there's any other, we'll leave the questions for transfer credits for later. I can answer questions when we have lecture next week in digital fundamentals about transfer credits. So if you have any other transfer credit questions, I will work on those next week. Okay. So how about Mandeep? You have a question?
Sir, sir, there are a lot of problems related to the internet connection. If anyone wants to attend again, it is recorded?
Yes, this is being recorded.
Because in India, lots of people facing a problem of internet connection, like in Punjab. So that's why I want to know if anyone want to watch again.
Yeah.
Then they.
This will be posted up on my YouTube channel. This will be posted on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. I just want to know about this.
Okay. How about Malin?
Hello.
Hi.
Sir, I have a question regarding, as you told earlier, that a college is not accepting a student till the fall intake. So if I get my visa, I can come to Canada or I need to wait till fall?
I don't even know an answer to that. If you email me that question, what I'm going to do is I am going to forward it to the international office. I'm not sure what the policy is right now for that. Okay.
Thank you.
Diraj, you got a comment?
International students, I think they can come right now, but only they can't come through the flights via London, England. So I think the students can come with they just need the what's the procedure of theirs, how they're going to stay in the quarantine. About they just want to know the plans, and they can travel now.
Okay. Yeah, like the students would know better than I would about how these things
Yeah.
work.
Only they
Yeah.
can't come through the London because of that the new viruses which they have seen. So
Okay.
the flights are not coming through England. So they can come through like rest of the countries and they can
Okay.
travel. The
Okay.
government wants to know their plans, like how they're going to stay in quarantine, like how they will spend their stay and everything, and that's it.
Okay. How about Kushbu?
Yep.
Do you have a question or a comment, Kushbu?
Actually, I just want to give some information to everyone that, everyone used to say that you can come to Canada anytime, but that's wrong. Sometimes it happens that at the immigration office, officer will going to ask you that why you are here, because your course is going to be online thoroughly. So there's no point to come to Canada for your studies, right? So make sure, ask your agent, and even if what I recommend is ask the immigration person, or you can contact them by a call or an email and ask them that this is my situation and what I'm eligible or not. Able to go to Canada or not. Otherwise, you are going to face trouble. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I guess just in general, make sure you know what you're doing before you leave. Okay. All right, let's move on from here, and we'll burn through this next session, and then the end will just be all questions. All right, so let's talk about 2020 and how it's going to affect you. And hopefully 2021 turns out to be better, but it's looking like a big disaster so far. All right, so this is the timeline of what we've gone through in the last while, and most of these students on here have lived this. So in March last year, I don't know what it was like in India at this time, but March is when everything went crazy here. So we have a break in spring. That's right in the middle of March. So right in the week before that is when everything kind of went crazy here. So we went on our spring break, and then we just stayed down after our break, and then we went into a big long delay. We were down for 3 weeks altogether, and then we came back up after that, and we resumed basically in April, and we came back up completely online. So that was kind of our temporary plan at that point. So most of I think all the students, or most of them that are on here now, were all part of this. So we came back up. We completed that semester online. So they started completely normal. Everyone's happy. Then we finished off online. We offered this one thing for people. We called it AEG. So basically, if you had a passing grade in a course before everything changed, you were allowed to just take a pass in the course instead of taking a grade and get credit for that course if you chose. Instead of completing the course online, we offered that option to people. So many people took that because they didn't want to do the online version of the course. And that got us out of the winter term. And most of our courses only run in fall and winter. There's not a whole lot that goes on in the summer. Now for the winter intake group that started, so basically your group, but last year, which most of the students that are in here were part of, they had to go to school in the summer as well. So we had to figure out what we were doing for that. So summer classes ran online. So everything we transferred to an online format. The only real struggle we had was they had to do Robots Part 1, which definitely needed a live on-campus lab. There was no way to do that completely online. It needed to have a live on-campus lab. So we pushed that back and pushed that back and pushed it back until we finally got permission to be on campus, and then they ended up doing that lab at the very end of the summer and into September that they were able to accomplish that lab. So that was our first class that was done back on campus. And then we had our new group that started in September. That's the one that Palumi is part of that. So he started in September. So his group was almost completely online. So they were doing a mix of online and then what we're calling hybrid, which is where they'd have an online lecture and then an on-campus lab as well. So they were doing a little bit of a mix of both, and the second year students were doing a mix of both as well. So they had some on-campus activities, and that was all following strict COVID procedures where we had fewer people in the labs. So instead of our normal lab capacities, they're running at smaller capacity so we could maintain social distancing. Everyone's wearing masks all the time. Everything is tracked. You have to go sign in. You have to complete a questionnaire at the door. All these things like that, working under all these different COVID rules. And then plus the majority of the classes were running in an online format. We decided in October, we always had the hopes that winter would be back to normal. That didn't happen. We decided in October, winter was going to be the same as the fall was. And then this all changed in December this year. So they changed the rules in December. So this became our new reality now. So now they're saying COVID rules, but now no more than 10 people in a classroom. So even our social distancing rules we were working under, we had to become even more strict. And that now changes to you can't have more than 10 people in a room. So even classrooms that used to have 25 people, we ran them in the fall with 16 people. Now the rule is you can't have more than 10 in any single room indoors. So that is the way we've set up to run in the winter. And we also shifted around. Diraj, go ahead.
So as Windsor is in like the Ford has been like he said declared that everyone should stay and the schools and colleges are closed in Windsor. So like how it's going to work for the labs?
We are we are basically working the same as we were in the fall. Other than we are no more than 10 people in a classroom.
Okay, no, because like the Ford declared that till 10th of February, every school and colleges in Windsor and Essex will be closed. So I just wanted to know.
That is only for grade schools and high schools. Colleges are unchanged.
Okay.
So our plan is to start classes no more than 10 people in a room, working under that rule. Just this week, on Wednesday, they declared a state of emergency. But colleges are proceeding the same as we had planned. So there is no change for us. Winter intake schedules are set up for remote study, as we talked about before. So as far as everyone starting next week for the new students, Term 1 and Term 2 have been shuffled around. So you will have no on-campus labs in the first 2 terms. So you do not have to worry about any of the COVID rules as far as campus life until the fall. This is the other weird thing. All of your classes, we're assuming that a lot of you are in India right now. All of your classes are scheduled between 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to account for the time difference. Okay. Spring and summer term, we're basically going to the same system. That is what we're planning right now, except we're hoping we're back to this system here, not this system. So we're hoping we can get back to not the 10 people rule, but the regular social distancing rules. And then hopeful fall term, we are completely back to normal. Everyone is vaccinated and we are back to normal. That is our hopeful plan for the fall. So your winter classes, everything is going to be delivered synchronously. What that means is you will need to take them at their scheduled time. So they will be online, but you will have a posted time when that lecture will happen or that lab will happen, and you will be expected to show up and attend at that scheduled time. All content will be posted online in some form. Okay. So this is a sample of what your schedule might look like. So you can see it's very compressed because we are running between 7 and 1 to try to make it more manageable for people that are on India time as opposed to Eastern Standard Time. So that you're not doing things in the middle of the night. But that is all of your courses compressed together. So you'll see that's me. This is the lecture for ERT 201. Where is it? This is the lab for ERT 201. Okay, so the course that I have, that is 2-hour lecture, 2-hour lab during the week. So these are the courses you have. So you've got math, you've got technical writing, DC fundamentals, computer applications, quality, and digital fundamentals. Math is a big one, 5 hours. That's 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. And both DC and digital are 2-hour lecture, 2-hour lab, 2-hour lecture, 2-hour lab. Everything is online. There's no on-campus activity. And that's a list of all the professors you will have. Jobinpreet, go ahead.
No, Professor.
Yep.
Sir, I do not know about my class and timetable because my timetable is not showing on the SS portal and occurring some error.
Okay, you will email me about that and we'll get that figured out.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
This is what you will need for your courses. So for math, this is the book for math. Okay. Technical writing. I believe that is the book for technical writing. This is the one for DC fundamentals. This is the one for digital fundamentals. So I know from my experience teaching digital fundamentals, this is the book we use. I assume not everybody has the book. So I set up my course to make the book as it's nice to have the book, but you don't need the book. Okay, I don't know how other teachers run their courses, but that is the approach that I take to it. Okay. I expect most people do not buy books. I don't know if that is true or not, but I try to make it so that it is possible for you to get through the course without having the book. The book is definitely helpful, but I understand that not everybody is going to have it. There's going to be some limitations there. I try to give you enough material that you do not need the book. Okay. Other things you will need. In my course, we are going to use an online software called Tinkercad. It is completely free. It is just based in a web browser. We're going to use that for all of our labs. It is easy to use. For your computer applications class, you will need Office 365, which you get is for being a student. You have access to that because you use MS Word, Excel, and you will also be using AutoCAD, which you can get as a free download because you're a student. Okay. The only other software you will need in digital fundamentals, or sorry, DC fundamentals, and you'll use this in AC fundamentals in second term as well, Multisim. This costs $60 to buy, I believe. You can get it as a trial version as well, but I believe the trial version expires after 1 month or 2 months or something like that. Okay. Our bookstore sells all of the books. If you are in India, I don't know what your best option is for getting books. I would think that you can get them shipped from our bookstore. I am not sure what the best option is for you. Diraj, you got a comment on anything right now? Or is your hand still just up? Okay, how about Gurmath? How about Mayank?
Hello, Professor. I want to know what is Tinkercad. I did not understand what you said.
Tinkercad, if you go to tinkercad.com, it is an online software that we use to make electric circuits. Okay. We will use that in our lab to build circuits on breadboards.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
One more question I want to tell you that can we download books online instead of shipping from Canada to India?
That would be fine, I would think. Okay.
Thank you.
And then Gurmanth. All right, if you got a question, come back in. All right, so differences from normal. So this is my from the orientation in the fall. That's what we told them. So the term is 13 weeks long. Terms are normally 15 weeks. We are running it in 13 weeks. So it's a little bit compressed. Okay. Basically, we would have started 2 weeks ago. We're starting 2 weeks late. We're finishing at the same time. We've added a little bit of a delay at the beginning of the term. In the fall, we had a lot fewer international students just due to visa issues and lower enrollments internationally. Typically, we would get about 30% of our fall class would be international. I think there was only maybe 5 international students in our fall class out of 50. Normally, that would be about 30% or so. Differences in the winter 21, so your class, again, only 13 weeks as opposed to 15. You have a 13-week semester instead of a 15-week semester. Okay. This group is typically we target 100 students. I believe we have 130 registered right now. We're guessing with people that have visa issues and stuff like that, we'll probably get about probably 100 that actually show up. So we'll probably have a class of about 100 altogether coming out of your group. And that will be almost completely international. I think we've got about maybe 3 or 4 that were not international out of this group. And then your group will join up in the fall with the group that is in starting their second term right now, and you'll finish your third and fourth terms together. So what you lose out on by going to school right now. So you miss out on some of the social aspect of the college experience just because you're online, you're remote, and you're just not on campus. So you miss out on that side of it. And I feel really bad about that. I think that's really the fun part of going to college, and you're going to miss that. So that's too bad. Some of the courses you miss out on the live labs, like the course that I'm teaching, the DC Fundamentals course, that usually has a live 2-hour lab a week. We're doing a 2-hour online lab. So you're missing out on that, but we've come up with a pretty good substitute for it. So some live labs you are missing out on because we've moved them to online. So you do miss out on some of that. What you gain, you do get some flexibility for some of the online classes. And there is some benefits to being able to work from home. You don't have expenses for parking, travel, stuff like that. So there is some advantages to taking online classes as well. Things that you will need to overcome because you're doing online classes. You need to find ways to be able to connect with others in your class. I know that the first year students were very successful at setting up a Discord group and communicating with each other. So they've organized very well on their own and being able to talk amongst themselves and try to be social that way. Okay, so they've organized pretty well. So you'll need to find ways to connect with other people in your class, even though you're not physically together. You need to be disciplined being online. Okay, you need to be able to do your work and study independently. You need to be able to focus. And you need to be able to figure out how to cope with online study. And you need to have good technology. You need to have a decent computer. You need to have decent internet connection, or you need to figure out how to get around that. Okay? This is your link to the world now, so you need to be able to figure out how to make that work. So I'm teaching your digital fundamentals class. This is how I handle that class to give you an idea how your classes might go. So each week we're going to cover a new topic. So there will be a lecture PowerPoint that's going to be posted each week. There will be a video that's going to be posted on Blackboard. Blackboard is our learning system. It's like a website. You're going to be very familiar with Blackboard very soon. There will be an assignment each week as well that relates to that topic. So this is what my videos look like. Kind of look like this. So you'll get basically you'll get the PowerPoint, and then you basically get the PowerPoint with me explaining it and going through it, kind of like I'm doing right now. That'll all be posted online, so you can look at it ahead of time. Each week, you're also going to have a lab. So this will be done in Tinkercad software, and then you're going to submit that lab. There will be a walkthrough video for each of these labs posted on Blackboard as well. Okay. There's also going to be a video of each lab posted on Blackboard showing the breadboard version of each lab. So this is what Tinkercad looks like. So basically, we're building circuits with chips on a breadboard. So you're able to do all this stuff, and then you'll have to submit this at the end of your lab. And then if we were doing the physical lab on campus, this is what we would be doing. There'll be videos that show how to actually physically do this as well. Normally you would get a lab kit It gives you all the materials to do this as well. So each week we're going to have a 2-hour live lecture. During that lecture, I'm basically going to go through that same PowerPoint that I did the video for. And at this time, you can drop in, ask questions, get extra help. That would be during our 2-hour lecture session. And then you'll have a 2-hour lab session per week as well. Here, I will walk through how to do the lab. At the end of that session, your lab will be due. So you can use that time to work on your lab, to get help with your lab, but at the end of that session, you'll have to submit your lab. Okay. For that course as well, we run that. There's 2 tests and 1 final exam. These are all going to be done online through Blackboard, so they're all online tests. Test is going to be written during a set time block. Everybody's going to write at the same time, unless you make separate arrangements to write at an alternate time for some reason. We are adding a 3-year version of our program. We'll talk about that later on this term. Not going to get into that now. Most important thing you can do right now, get set up on Blackboard and figure out how to use Blackboard. Blackboard is going to be your window to the university, to the college. You need to figure out how to use that effectively. Okay. Just going to jump through this. So on the site, you're going to log in under My St. Clair. It's right there. You can use this course here. There's a module called Thrives. This will this has a course of how to use Blackboard. I recommend people do that. There's a student code of rights and responsibilities. You should review that. I'm just going to go through this stuff real quick. Here's a bunch of links you might find useful. These dates are wrong. I didn't change that from the fall. This stuff here that relates to being on campus, we don't need to worry about that. That stuff we don't care about. And that's it. So, questions and answers. So, go ahead. Who's got questions? Does anybody have questions? I got Parth. Go ahead.
So I got my visa approval and I want to come to Canada. So did you know the procedure for that?
Nope. You want to contact the international office, or if you send me an email, I will let you know. I will send that off to the international office for you.
Okay, so I will send you the mail because if you forwarded them, that would be a more considered by them.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you.
Yep. Sonu, go ahead.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
Sir, how many times the exam will be held during one semester?
Say that again.
How many times exam will be held during one semester, sir?
There is final exams at the end of the term. I guess this is a big difference I've been told between, and maybe some of the current students can comment on this. This is a big difference between learning in Canada and learning in India. We give you stuff that's worth points all the way through the term. So it doesn't come all down to the exams. Like our final exams are probably only worth about 20% of your mark.
Okay, sir.
You're having tests all the way through the semester, and everything is worth marks all the way through. So you need to be working on things and submitting things all the way through because it all counts. Okay, I find that that's often things that people get stuck with. They kind of have come out of a system where it's all. I've been told by students before, where when we used to go to school, the exams were everything. And that's the only thing that counted. And you really, if you just focused on at the end of the term, you were okay. Well, here you need to be focused the entire time and working hard the entire time, as opposed to just a big push at the end of the semester. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Let's go. Hardik Kumar.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
Hello, sir. My problem is regarding student isolation plan. I got my visa and upload my study permit in my SIS account, and college gave me to isolation plan for the 5th Feb. But and I booked my air ticket as well as I uploaded my study permit, but I haven't got any confirmation from them about the isolation plan.
Okay. Send me an email, and I will try to. I'll forward that on to the international office because I don't know an answer.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right. Let's go with Kaushik again.
So the exam will be conducted through the MCQ, short questions, or maybe long questions, because we are not habitual with fastest typing through the quadric keyboard. Hello.
Okay.
The which type of exam will be conducted? MCQ type, short questions type, long questions type?
It depends on the course,
and
it varies. Expect everything.
Okay.
Okay. I'm trying to follow the chat as well as look at who's asking questions here. Okay, how about Jobin Preet? I had someone in the chat here ask, what are the disadvantages of credit transfer? So I'll quickly go through a couple of those. Number one, you don't have a chance for, if you would have got a high grade in that course, you don't get the benefit of a high grade positively impacting your GPA. Two would be you don't get to do that course. So if it's a good refresher for learning that knowledge and getting that skill, you don't get the benefit of that. It might be a little bit different than the way you learned it before, and the other people in your class are gaining that knowledge and being more current with it than you are. Third one is it means that you're not in that class with the other people in your program. And if you're trying to develop friendships and build relationships with people, you're kind of isolating yourself by not taking all the same classes as them. So you're losing out on some of the social aspects of that too. So that's kind of all the disadvantages of it. All right. If you're unable to attend any lecture, can I attend it later? So that is the idea of having everything recorded and posted in some form, is that you should be able to find that content for that week at least and review it on your own.
Sir.
Yes, go ahead.
I can share my screen right now. So if you want me to tell more about the credit transfer, so I can share about that one.
Go ahead.
Okay, sure.
Recorded sessions are all going to be on Blackboard. Your professors will show you where that is.
Can anyone see my screen right here?
Yep.
So first of all, as I said, when you applied the transfer credit form and approval from the college, so it will remove the course from this list. Okay, so the GPA count will be according to these 5 units. It won't affect that the credit that you took. Like you can see the transfer credit 3 credits here. So it won't be count in the last GPA. It will only count from these 5 subjects.
Yeah, we'll go through the GPA calculations and how that works. I have someone here asking, there's A, B, C, and D classes. I'm wondering if there's some classification for that. That's just completely random. It's all blocked, and then you're basically put into a schedule block. There's 4 groups for, basically there's 100 students. You're broken up into blocks of 25. So when you have your labs, your lectures will be groups of 100 or 50, I think. Yeah, it's groups of 50 for a lecture, groups of 25 for a lab for most courses, for the online stuff. Later on, like in the second years right now, the blocks are there's 12 blocks altogether. So they have blocks A through M or something like that. And theirs are in groups of 8 because they're robot labs. They only have 8 people per group because we can only have 8 people in a room at a time. So basically 9 plus an instructor is 10 people, so they're in blocks of 8. The lecture will be live, yes, but it will also be there will be something recorded available as well, plus the lecture will also be recorded and posted later. Yeah, I would suggest you guys coordinate and set up some type of chat group where you can all talk and talk about your experiences, try to help each other and things like that. Like try to work together and figure out how to cope with living in Windsor when it gets here. I guess I'll throw this out to the existing students. What were some of the biggest challenges that you found coming to Windsor or just living in Canada in general? Just go ahead. Just open your mic and start talking.
Hello, Professor?
Yep, go ahead.
I think the first challenge the students are going to face is because they are not coming together. They will be finding it difficult to relate with one another. So it is very important for the student to have a link to communicate with one another. They can have a WhatsApp group and they can communicate via Zoom. It's very important. Secondly, the student have to take cognizance of time. When the professor asks them to submit an assignment, you must do so before the deadline. If there's any reason that you cannot submit your assignment, you must contact the professor before the deadline for the assignment. Failure to do so, the professor will give you 0.
That is true.
Again, And again, you must be able to communicate with your professor, and you must inform your coordinator when you are having any challenge or any problem. The coordinator is very helpful. He has been very helpful to every one of us. And if you cannot do that on time, you will also have a problem. And I want to inform the student, the MTH 128 is not the most difficult. But the problem of the MTH 128 is that it's very voluminous. You are going to take 5 tests in MTH 128. You are going to take test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4, test 5. Every 2 weeks, you are expected to take a test. So you must be able to work in your curriculum. You must know what to do. You must plan yourself adequately for that course. Failure to plan yourself adequately, you're going to fail the course. But once you plan yourself adequately, you're going to do very well in the course. So I think the major thing the student need to do is to always attend to their assignment, because other part of the world, the grading system, our exam takes the highest. But in Canada and in US, the exam is nothing, it's the least. So you must do all your assignments at the right time, and you must communicate with your professor. Thank you.
Yeah, that's very well said. And yeah, Math 128, it comes at you very fast. And it's just, there's no assignments in it. It's just 5 tests and an exam. So it's just a test every 2 weeks. And they're all worth the same. And you just, yeah, the material comes at you very, very fast.
Sir, as Kaushik asked, like, what will be the questions? Like, it will be MCQs and in the exam. So according to me, like, I'm in the last semester, I want to like share the things with everyone. Like, the exams are going to be like MCQs, true or false, and everything. But in the third semester, you have to do the programming, and you have to like concentrate on the program C. Like, it's the most difficult, where the most of the students face the problems, as it was online course. So like, you have to from the like starting only, you have to concentrate on the basics of the programming C, because in the last semester there is going to be advanced programmable C course. So it's better to like concentrate on the third semester from the starting. And in the exams, you have to do the programming. There is a project of 25%. So like I wanted to say, there is one robotic vision also. In that also, you have to do the project which was worth 25%. So if you don't submit the assignments and you don't do the labs well, so in the end you are going to face the problem. And you can't help, like, if the marks are not worth, like you didn't did well in the labs, like it's the scoring time. Labs you can get the labs was worth for the program C 40%. So like the 40% you could have got easily. If you want to, like, you are not doing well and you want to pass the subject, you have to attend all the lectures where sir shows the videos, like how to program in the programming C PLC. There is a program, we have to purchase the software. It was something what $34 USD. So like he shows everything on the video, how you have to do, how you have to program, and everything. It's there in it.
All right. How about Diraj? How about challenges of living in Canada? What was big for you when you first came here to get used to?
So like it was for the stay, like as we get the 3 days stay from the school. So like in 3 days you have to find the place where to stay. And secondly, the work, you are like, first concentrate on your studies. I can say, don't go for the work. Like every students I know, it's not easy to like stay in Canada. Like students come from different countries and currency exchange is different. But I will recommend, if you fail in something, it's going to be more worse than like what you earn. I have gone through, I was failed in M128. I have almost paid $2,000. So like, it's not easy to pay $2,000. So it's better to concentrate from first only in the studies by keeping work on one side. And yeah, the works are easy. Like you can find the work everywhere. and it's not about that. You just have to struggle for it. That's it, I can say. There's a bit struggle in like first 3 months, you can say, but after 3 months you will get to know about the Windsor more better, like from your experiences, like about the where you can get the jobs and all this. But I will recommend first see the studies. Like M28 is really not easy, and like as this Pelumi said that 5 tests are there. So in the 5 tests, if you score well from the starting only, there won't be any problem in the end. It's better in the end, after failing requesting to professor or begging for marks, it's better to concentrate from first only. I have gone through, so I know about it.
I know.
Yeah.
That's good to hear from a student. It's like it costs you if you have to retake a course as an international student. It is expensive. You don't want to.
And secondly, I was lucky that I was having the drop, so I did my statics in the drop period. But if you're coming in January, like it will be problem for you. You can't do the statics until you pass the maths.
Yeah.
So it's better to like the subjects which are related to each other, to focus on them mostly. And robots 3 is also very hard, but it's very scoring subjects where you can not only robots 3, robot 1, robot 2, robot 3, as we attended the robot 2 like half semester online, so it was a bit quite challenging for us to know. But yeah, but in the robots 3, as the school was open, so we attended all the labs. After attending the labs, it was easy to pass. And yes, Kaushik, all exams are MCQs, true or false, and fill in the blanks, and programming will be given. You have to just like it's a MCQ only, you have to just select the correct answer for the it. And yes, in the programming also there is you have to do the programming, and in the robotic vision also you have to do the project, which is worth 15 to 20%.
All right, we're getting some good answers in the chat from the students as well, which is great. You will find that your best source of information will be students that are already here. So please,
So I just want to add something.
Okay.
I just go through the chat, and what I understood is everyone was like, why we have to take this program if we are not going to learn the practical. But guys, when I was in India, people used to say that you have to choose a job like a table chair job instead of doing a hard work. So by learning the practical on a software, you are going to improve your software skills. So you can get a job which are software based. So there's no point of working on a hardware. You can learn software properly, so you are able to work on a hardware effectively. So do not worry about study online. So other than that, there's everyone is asking about the maths. Guys, maths are easy, not that much tough. It's just that you have to learn it properly. You just have to fully concentrate on that. And other thing is that the visa. Guys, visa is all up to the luck. But what I can say that if you are coming in July or August, no one will going to stop you because your course will going to be in person in the September, right? So before that, if you are coming, then you have to make sure that you are able or not, you are able to enter in Canada or not. It's just that if you came without any proper information, then you have to face some troubles. That's not worth, right? So make sure everything, and don't worry, you can learn properly online with the full details, because our professor will going to give you each and every instruction, each and every detailed information about the lecture, where you can find the recorded lectures and where you can find the syllabus. So everything will be provided by the professor. And if you find any trouble, then you can email the professor. There's a last question about the tutoring. Guys, you can find the tutoring on your SIS portal, where you can find a tutoring service. In that, you can find an option of tutor appointment, where you can enter the course that I have a problem in maths, I have a problem in this chapter, I want some guidance. So you can get a mail, and that's the easy process. What I recommend to everyone is just go through each and every stuff on the SIS portal. Check everything. You can find something new which is important to you throughout your semester. Okay, so just go through that, and best of luck for your future.
Excellent, thank you.
Sir, as I want to say, as Khushbu said, that if you face any problem, we have to just mail the professor. It's true, like you, if any of the students face anything, like you stuck anywhere, right away mail them. This college professors are very, very, very good. They will fix the appointment, and they will send you the link for the like team member, like how we are talking right now. They will do the video call, and like you can just talk, and they can show the screen, everything is been shown. So like it's very helpful. Like they are doing so hard work for us. So I know it's a COVID time, it's very difficult for everyone, but it was a great challenging time. We saw after March break that all of a sudden from face-to-face classes we went to online. They struggled a lot. We have seen that because there was too much of problems in exams, classes, online things, but they were working on it very, very, very hard. So it's better, like wherever you stuck, you better right away mail the sir that you are stuck in this problem, you can't do this lab, you are stuck in assignment, you have question. They will fix the appointment, and they can talk with you on the video call or the call.
That's very true. Diraj, how many times did you email me this week?
Sorry, sir?
How many times have you emailed me this week?
Oh my God. Alan Douglas is the best, sir, I can say, for the coordinate. Like he is helping me from the first semester, and with his blessings, I'm in the fourth semester right now. And yeah, any of the problem you can freely share with this, sir. He's the best, I can say. I know I mailed, like in fourth semester, I almost mailed him 50 times, and 50 times he replied to me, and he worked with me. And yeah, he gave me all the solutions.
Yeah, so don't be afraid to ask your professors for help. That's their job, is to help you. Okay, that's what they get paid to do, is to help students. So yeah, don't be afraid to use them. Palumi, if you're trying to speak, I can't. Your mic is off.
Okay, Professor.
Yeah.
And the students, that the professor have their rules, and they will not like to break their rules. So everybody must be ready to work with time. It is not because the professors are wicked; they have their rules. So you must do your assignment. You must do your lab at the right time. Even though you are the best student, if you do not do your lab, if you do not do your assignment, you're going to have a problem with the professor, and the professor will not ready to help you then. So I will employ everybody to do their lab at the right time, to do their assignment at the right time, not to concentrate so much on the exam. The exam is just 25 or 30%. It doesn't give you A. What gives you your A is adhering strictly to the rules of the professor. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm just going to run through here. Hardik Kumar, you have a question? Just going to go through all the hands that are up here.
Everyone make sure, like if the assignment deadline is like 11 o'clock, it should be submitted at 10:55. Not wait for the 11 or 11:01 also, they won't accept it. And if you face any internet issue or something, just take this screenshot and show to them. They need the proof. You can't just like show any fake things or some you can show like you play games with them. They get to know very easily. So don't think that students that you can play with them. No, you can't. They get to know everything. So it's better. So submit like they always mail like submit before 10 minutes. I have gone through in the robotics. My submission was done at 10:59.59 seconds, which was not submitted. I got 0 in that. So it's better to submit 4 to 5 minutes prior to that. In the exams also, assignments also, labs also. Don't wait for the last time.
All right. So who else we got here? Mayank.
Hello, Professor.
Hi.
Sir, I want to know that is there any attendance when we attend online classes every day?
Like, are we taking attendance?
Sorry?
Probably, do we take attendance? Probably no. But I believe we are allowed to do things in the online classes that are worth points. Like we can have a quiz or something like that that is worth points.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you should consider the attendance to be mandatory.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go with Kaushik.
Sir, tutoring services free of cost or paid?
Say that again, please.
Tutoring services paid or free of cost?
Tutoring is free.
Okay, just we need to mail them the tutoring for help.
I believe so. If you go to the website, you should be able to find how you apply for tutoring, like how you request a tutor.
Okay, the average details mentioned on the website.
If you go to Tutoring Services, should be on the
SNS account?
I'm just going to look it up now. How about Malin? You got a question?
Yes, sir. Could you help me? What are the minimum passing grade for math?
Say that again.
Could you help me? How much minimum passing grade for mathematics?
Minimum passing grade for all courses is 50%.
Sir, if you don't mind, can I say to this guy?
Yeah.
First of all, like you are an international students. As you will after the study, everyone is going to apply for the work permit. So make sure the overall GPA is more than 2. Otherwise, you won't be eligible for work permit. Keep in mind. So don't see for like what is the minimum marks for the passing. So it's like if you're struggling in 1-2 subjects like 50%, it's okay, but not for the all subjects. Like electives you can score, and rest of some are 2-3 subjects where you can score it. So make sure that everyone wants to get the work permit. So criteria is more than 2 in the work permit for the international students.
Yeah, and in order to graduate, you must have at least a 2.0 GPA in order to graduate. Let's go to Malin.
Sir, done.
Okay, how about Saran?
Yeah, hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, so some students were talking about traveling to Canada. So I have just recently traveled to Canada on 29th of December. So yes, they are letting us travel to Canada right now. The immigration is allowing students to travel, but we have to keep in mind that every document must be provided if the immigration officer asks you to. So you have to choose the quarantine plan as guided from the St. Clair College. It's mandatory to stay in quarantine where the college is providing, and not that much issues are going right now. So they are letting the students to travel. There is not that much tension around here.
Okay, excellent. I would really recommend that this group coordinates together and is able to have good discussions like this, and people are able to help you guys are able to help each other. Okay. People that have already traveled to Canada can help people that are trying to get here, and being able to share information and stuff like that and help each other out. You'll find you'll find that the people that are in your class that you're starting out with here are going to be friends with you for a long time. Okay? You're going to be linked together.
Yeah, if anyone has any questions, they can mail me, or I'll just send them my WhatsApp numbers, anything like that, so we can get in contact, right?
Excellent.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, how about Vet Sal?
Hello.
Hi.
From where we are able to get books in PDF format?
Books in video format?
Yeah, ebooks.
If it's not sold through the bookstore, like our campus bookstore, then I am not allowed to offer recommendations for them. That is a rule of the college. But I know that there are resources out there. I provided the names of the books. You are free to search them out on your own, or talk to other students. I'm sure that other students have links to things as well.
Okay, sir. Okay.
I think Palumi's trying to talk. I can see Palumi's mouth moving, but I hear no sound.
Professor, I think a lot of students are asking about extra materials and textbook. I'm a student. Let me tell you this: you can succeed with or without textbook. Most of the professors will cover everything you need to know. Their material is sufficient. Like the professor talking to you right now, every questions in his test, in his quiz, revolved around his material. So most of the professors, they are aware that materials might be difficult for you to get, even at this time. So what they do is that their material is very comprehensive. So what I'm trying to say is that you do not need to worry yourself about textbook or extra material. It is good if you have them, but now you need to concentrate on the professor's material. You need to watch the videos. You need to do the assignment. You need to do the quiz. You will not even have time to go to extra material because the professor will give you a lot. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I see a question in the chat here. Someone asked, is this course easy or difficult? Which I find this a really frustrating question. If your purpose is to find an easy path to getting a work permit and permanent residency, you have chosen a very difficult path to take that. So if you are looking for a path to a good career with good technical skills, you're on a good path. If you've picked a program because you want to finish a 2-year program and apply for permanent residency as soon as you can, you've chosen one of the more difficult programs that will take you there. Okay? So if you are interested in this stuff, this is great. You should do well. It is difficult. Okay? You need to work hard at it. but it does have tremendous rewards at the end of it. Okay. Maybe the students can comment on the difficulty level.
To me, it is a challenging course, honestly, but it is very interesting because the professors are very, very helpful. And once you determine that you want to do this course and you want to do well, you will surely do well. But if you do not put your mind, you just want to get the work permit, you just want to look, you are just trying to get an easy route and how to get out of the system, it will be pretty difficult because the professor have a lot of workload waiting for you. So for people who are coming just to get a work permit, as Professor said, is the wrong path. It's the wrong path. You just need to prepare your mind that you want to study and that you are ready to give your best in this course.
Excellent. Thank you. All right. So, Mayank, question.
I have already asked her question. I don't have any question right now.
Okay, you got your hand up still. So.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to down.
Okay.
Sorry.
One thing I will say, when you're in your online classes, please ask questions. Online classes are so much better when people are asking questions. Okay, when it's just a professor talking and no one is reacting to them at all, it's a terrible class. You need to be asking questions. That makes it fun. That keeps everybody involved, and it makes it so much better. Go ahead, Dhruv. Dhruv, go ahead.
Yeah, it's very true. Whenever professors are taking their online lecture, and nobody want to talk with them, or many times the professor ask us about questions, but there was never answer. And also one more thing, you should definitely attend a lecture, because in a lecture, your professor will be provided lots of information about your course. So please attend lecture and gain your knowledge.
Excellent. Well said. All right. We are coming up on, it is 12:30 now, so we're about half an hour over our time. If people still have questions, I'll continue to answer questions. I have another meeting at 1 o'clock. So I will definitely have to be out of here within half an hour. But I will continue to answer questions for as long as people want to ask questions. I will say right now, a big thank you to all of the current students who came in here to this discussion today to help out. This has been really good. I've never had this before with having students participate in the orientation before, but I think it's been really good. And I'm hoping that this group here will be helping out in the next orientation I do, and being able to share some of their experiences with the brand new students coming in as well, to try to help them out. That'll be fun. So if anybody wants to leave at this point, go right ahead. I will continue to record and I will post everything. I will send out a link for that. I'll probably post it on my YouTube channel where I host all my videos, and I'll send a link to that. I will send out the form for how to apply for transfer credits to everybody as well. And yeah, if anybody wants to stick around and continue to ask questions, we will do that. I will do that up until 10 to 1. Okay, so another 20 minutes.
So as I mailed you this week 10 to 15 times.
Yeah.
So
I will take care of that later today, okay?
Okay, so no, because like 3 or 4 days are only left. I'm worried about it.
I know. I'm gonna do it. It's just it'll take me about 20 minutes to figure it out.
I just want to switch my advanced
know.
PLC and the yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I have the medical issues, as I said.
got
You.
it.
Thank you so much. It was nice talking to you.
Okay.
After a long time.
Most of these students I haven't seen in like about a year.
I know, like after the March break, I haven't seen you.
Yeah.
I last saw you in the March break.
I've been on campus twice since March last year.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the only times that I've been there. The people in Palumi's class I've only ever met online. I've never seen them in person before.
Yes, Professor, we can wait to see you.
Yeah, I know.
Professor, let me ask this question.
Yep.
If a student have done a course like me, I did 128 already, can the student still go for the course transfer? Can he still transfer his credit because the pandemic issue, we're unable to get our transcript? Can we still transfer some credit? I want to know.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
So if it's a course you've already taken, can you transfer it? Yes, you can.
Okay. Thank you, Professor. I would also like to, you have been so helpful. You are just like a big dad in Canada, man. So I would like to appoint any student that want to be successful in this course. If you don't talk to him, you're going to fail the course. So please ask to book an appointment. I will send an email for appointment.
You want to book an appointment?
Yeah, Professor. Even on Saturday, anytime you are free.
Okay, send me an email, okay?
Okay, thank you, Professor.
Okay, all right. Mandeep, go ahead.
No, thank you, Professor. Thanks for having me. I'm grateful.
Okay, thank you for participating.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mandeep, go ahead.
Sir, I want to know about the elective course because I receive an email from the St. Clair.
Right.
Could anyone please help me about the elective course?
So electives, you need to take 3 electives altogether in order to graduate. We have them slotted into your schedule. Normally you take them in terms 2, 3, and 4. I think the way we have your schedule set up, you'll take 2 of them in term number 2 and then another one in term 3. So we just arrange your schedule so that's where they would fit. But you are free to take them whenever you want. And those are
not in first time. Oh, not in first term.
You do not need to take them in first term.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, we've got your first term schedule all laid out for you. I did see some things in the chat about somebody said my DC fundamentals class is disappeared from my schedule. Has anyone else experienced that? Because I noticed that there's one section of DC fundamentals where it looks like everybody has been moved out of that section. And I'm not sure why. So I'm going to ask the registrar's office what happened there. I don't know if they were shifting things around and they just removed everybody from that section. I think it was section 3. There was like 30 students that were there one day and now they're all showing as dropped out of that. So I think I need to, So I think I need to figure out what happened there. Someone asked how much time you get to complete assignments. Typically, like in my courses, the way I work is I release everything on like a Monday morning and everything is due on Sunday night. So you have like a full week to complete everything. Any other questions from people? Let me do a little bit of, do some demonstration here. Go ahead, Jobinpreet. So I'm going to share here. This is see here. All right. So can people see my screen okay?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, it's good. We can see.
Okay. So this is in Blackboard. So if you go into Blackboard, this is the ERT 201 Digital Fundamentals course. This is what it'll look like for you. This is the first page. So if you go under content, this is my completed course from last term. So if you look in, here's all the content, and this will open up week by week to show you. But if you looked under week 1, this is what your course will look like. So you go under week 1, it's kind of laid out: videos, lab assignments, PowerPoints, additional content. So under PowerPoint, you can open up an introduction to the course, or number systems is the lesson for week 1. You go to videos, you can basically go here and watch the video for, like, here's a 42-minute video. This is basically the lecture for week number 1. And you'd go under the lab or the assignment, and here you would find the basically a PDF of the lab. You find this. It explains what you need to do, and this is basically what we're going to do in week number 1 in this course. It's all about converting binary to decimal and decimal to binary and stuff like that. You go through that, but this is the general form of how these courses are laid out, and you'll find this general format for all the courses you'll be doing. Okay, so this is when we talk about Blackboard. This is what we mean. And then to go into the virtual classroom, we have something on the side here. It says virtual classroom. You would click on here. This opens up this is the environment you go into, and you'd be able to click in here to find the meeting room where we meet and stuff like that. So that is the Blackboard system. That's what you need to learn how to navigate through successfully and become proficient at that. All right, Fayaz, go ahead.
Professor, I have a query.
Yep.
So when our timetable is scheduled for the different lectures, so for attending the lecture, we will receive an email with the link, or there's like in Blackboard, there is something from where we can.
Now you will just you are going to be responsible for knowing what your schedule is, and you will go to everything you're going to do is going to operate within Blackboard.
Okay.
So you will know at 8 a.m. Monday, 8 a.m. Eastern. That's another thing I should say. Everything is in Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so there was a ton of people that started trying to get into this meeting today 2 hours before it started, or 1 hour before it started. So please figure out what the time zones are and know what the correct time zones are. Everything we do is going to operate in Eastern Standard Time. That's where we're located. Everything I do, I'm going to try to specify both Eastern Standard Time and India time as well. okay, to try to avoid problems. But everything we do is going to be operating in Eastern Standard Time. So at that scheduled time, you will basically go into your Blackboard course. You'll go to the virtual classroom. There should be something where you can just click on that and open it up, and it should open up a meeting environment, kind of like we're in with Teams here.
Okay, okay.
And you should see other people from your class in a big list of participants there, and there should be a live lecture about to start.
Oh, got it.
And
Thank you.
I totally expect the first week of classes to be a total disaster. That's going to happen. And it's like that when we're live on campus too. People can't find the right room. People walk into the wrong classroom. It's just a big mess, right? People are trying to figure stuff out. It takes a couple days for everything to settle into a good pattern. The first week of school is kind of just a big mess. But the first week of classes is usually kind of an introduction and things like that as well. It's just to try to get things moving. Week number 2 is when we actually start to do some real content. Okay? So don't worry about the first week. We know it's going to be messy. We know things are going to go wrong. We just got to figure things out as quickly as we can and get through it. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Professor.
And then hopefully we have a good everyone gets a good experience from this. Okay?
Okay.
I got a comment. You seem to be the best dressed person I've seen so far today.
Thank you. And I have another general query.
Yeah.
Like after graduating, after completing the course,
okay,
do most of the students opt for the jobs, or they try to study further and go to universities?
It's a mix. We have a lot of people do have a lot of success getting jobs right out of our program. Some people go on to further study, and some people I just lose track of as well. But people do get a lot of jobs right out of this program. I will say it is more difficult for an international student than a domestic student. One of the big reasons for that is a lot of our industry here operates both in Canada and the U.S. And if you can't travel freely, if you can't work in the U.S., like if you don't have permanent residency in Canada, it is more difficult for you to get a job where you're required to travel across the U.S. for work, just because of they can't get you. It becomes an issue with the border if you're not a Canadian resident. So that might limit your job options right away, particularly being in Windsor, because we are right on the border, and so much of our business community operates both in Canada and the US. Like that's one advantage to companies in Toronto, where they operate more domestically within Canada than having to rely on a lot of US customers. So a lot of our students find success in the Toronto area as opposed to the Windsor area, whereas domestic students thrive in the local area here. That's one thing that we do see, but we do have a lot of success with students coming right out of our program. Okay.
But if someone want to apply further for the further studies in any university, so will you help like for the further?
Yep,
studies?
and we will talk about what some of those options are too. One thing as well with me teaching the one course that you have, we will use that class as well for kind of some program level things as well. So if people have questions about the program in general, that will be an opportunity in that class to talk about not just that course, but general program level things as well. Okay. All right. So I like to teach a first year class just because it gives me connection to the first year students to try to deal with a lot of those types of things. Okay.
Thank you, Professor.
Okay. All right. Anyone else? If we don't have any more questions, I think this might be the end. So this will be your last chance, last call for questions. Ronak, go ahead.
I just got the mail from the one of the student, that is Ramandeep Singh, and he's trying to get the isolation isolation plan request to the college, and he got the error that he's have to be full-time registered international student for the quarantine period term to request an isolation plan. So I guess he's the full-time student, and he's also the international. So he has to be eligible for this request. So what should we do now?
If he wants to email me directly and ask that, I will deal with him.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
I didn't get the whole scenario, what's happening. So he will mail you.
Okay.
Okay, all right. And can I show them a little bit too of Blackboard, if you agree?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. All right.
Share your screen and show your Blackboard.
Yeah. So I guess do I get my screen?
Yeah, I see that.
So this is our home screen, St. Clair College portal, and the first tile is Blackboard. We all get the information about our course, our announcements, and here are all tools like announcement, calendar, tasks, my grades. So on this side, you will get all that enrolled your course. Right now, I am in enrolled in it's showing the previous semester of courses Fluid Power, Fluid Power 2. Now we are just starting from I think January, Robot 2. So when you click on any of the course, you will get here the announcement the professor will send us email and announcement here, so we can get all that information upcoming. So this is here we can see it is for the final exam announcement. So here they provide all that information, what's the syllabus, what's the question types, duration, time, etc., etc. So this is how it works. Then we have SIS home here. Yeah. So from the main menu and by selecting self-service, we can get all that things that we can do by ourselves. So this is for the tutoring service here. Lots of student price and all that thing, scholarship we can apply for the scholarship from here. So this is the first two terms are online, so we don't need the locker here in campus, but in third and fourth semester you need a locker for yourself. So you will get it from here and all that things here, and go back to the home page. You will find your online schedule from here, SIS timetable. As you can see here, I got my schedule for all my courses here. You will get the dates here, and these are the list of the course you are enrolled, and you will have the times. So I got the online, all the course are online on Monday I have. and it will also like indicates which one is online or like you have to be on the campus. So this one is ERT 306 here is like I have to go into to the campus for that lab, and rest of the are online. And the next thing is, yeah, all done for now. All right.
Excellent. These are the things I don't know because I never see what the students see from these things.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
Cool. Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
All right, just a couple more questions here. So Mahad Rafan, you're asking about changing a course. Can you explain what you mean by that? So you're saying if you have difficulties. So here's your option. So if you're struggling with a course, you have the option of dropping it. Within the first 2 weeks, you can change courses, but only within the first 2 weeks. Like you can't add a course after the first 2 weeks. So you're able to drop it at any point. You can drop it and not take a mark within the first 9 weeks of the course. But you can't just drop something and take something else instead, unless it's right at the very beginning, within the first 2 weeks. So you don't have a whole lot of options there. And then how about Jobin Preet? You got another question? I've also got a question here. As the college helps students get a job, we will help you to some extent after graduation to help get a job in your field. If you're talking about just getting a part-time job while you're working, I don't believe that there's anything that helps you with that on campus. At least that I'm aware of. All right. So after graduation, we have, we do try to help out as much as we can. We don't have anything official, I believe. There is like some career services available, but I'm not really sure exactly how they work. I do get a lot of requests from employers, and I post jobs as employers send them to me. So we do kind of help out unofficially in that respect, but there is no official job searching program, I don't believe. So I think that is going to be it. That is all the time I'm going to have for today. So remember, if you do have questions, please email me. I will get to them as quickly as I can. Please try to organize amongst yourselves and try to help each other. I will send out a link to this video and any other information that is useful, or if you think some information would be useful, ask for it and I will send it out to everyone. Other than that, I will see people in class next week. All right, classes do start on Monday. So we will see you there. So good luck. And yeah, welcome to St. Clair, and we will see you next week. All right, so that's it for today. We'll see you later. I'm going to stop recording.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks everybody for attending.